Hi, today we're going to look at Sig's SSG3000. They're calling it new for 2013. Well, it is new for me. Haven't played with one before, so this was a real treat. Basically, the SSG3000 has been made for a number of years, but Sig has changed a few things. And we're going to show that to you. We'll go over a couple of the new features and show you basically us setting up the gun with a scope, and then go over the details and then take it to the range. So stay tuned, this should be fun. First off, you can see that the Sig SSG3000 comes in this rather nice hard case. It's not top of the line by any means, but still it's better than some of the hard cases you see out there. Once you open the case, we have the SSG3000 on top of which we've mounted a Vortex PST 6-24 scope. And there's a lot of unique features to this gun, and we'll go over those real briefly. One of the first things I want to point out is that the 3000 comes standard now with an integrated Picatinny rail, 0 MOA, built right into the receiver. Also, it has a slightly longer bolt handle with a very nice, comfortable bolt knob on the end, which appears to be made of plastic. And the safety, which is located right here, is easily engaged and disengaged up here, but you can also disengage it from a spot here in the trigger, right in front of the trigger, and you can push that up also to disengage the safety. A detachable 5-round magazine is located here, obviously, and here's the release button for that. That's a steel magazine with a plastic follower and pad. It has a rather unique feature here also, in that the comb is adjustable. I believe they call it a 6 position, and it's adjustable for length of pull right here. That was the comb adjustment snapping into place, but you can remove the spacers for your length of pull. It has a bag hook in the back of the stock, fairly vertical pistol grip here, some nice texturing or stippling. The stock also has flush cups on both sides, fore and aft on the stock, as well as double bipod studs here for a bipod and a sling. Also, they claim that they're going to have rails, some Picatinny rails that will screw into spots on either side of the stock should you want to mount a laser or some other device. One of the other interesting features is the bolt. The bolt actually has 6 lugs on it. It's a basic 3-lug design similar to a Psycho, but has additional set of lugs further back behind the main lugs in the front. So a total of 6, has a Seiko style extractor with a standard plunger ejector. Also worth mentioning is on the trigger here, you can see that little screw right there. If you loosen that, you can actually move the trigger forward or aft to get a better feel from the grip, so that the space from the front of the grip to the trigger is variable within about a ½ inch. First time I looked at this gun, I looked at the stock and my thoughts was, gee, what an ugly piece of plastic. And my evaluation of the looks hasn't changed a whole lot. It's not the most beautiful stock out there. And this is where the new for 2013 comes into this gun. These used to be provided with the Macmillan stock, and these guns sold for around $3,000. Now they've moved production, at least part production, to the United States, and these are a US made stock, and I'm not really sure, but I suspect that the receiver is also made here, but the barrel 308 is stamped made in Germany right here. So German made barrel, receiver I'm guessing is made here, and the stock I'm fairly certain is made here. I took the action out of the stock to look at this cheap plastic stock, and actually became quite impressed. It's a heavy stock. This isn't a hollow piece. I don't know if there's any hollowness to it anywhere. There's an aluminum bedding block inside and has 4 points in the receiver cutout that the receiver mates to on that aluminum block. And then the aluminum block extends all the way up into the fore-end to add rigidity. And that's on top of the solid plastic housing. So after taking it apart, I'm more impressed than ever with the gun. It's not a flimsy, cheap plastic stock. This stock is going to be tough, durable, and quite stable, I suspect. So one other feature, after turning the gun around, you can see that this has a flash hider on the end of the barrel. Sig claims this is a 24-inch barrel, but by my measurement I actually come up with 24.5. The muzzle or flash suppressor or flash hider is solid on the bottom, so you don't have any dust signature coming up from the muzzle brake. It's a standard American thread, so that if you wanted to put a real brake on here or a suppressor, you could certainly do that. Well, I can't think of too much else that we need to go over. It's got an adjustable trigger. They say it'll go down to 3 pounds. One thing I will show is that this also comes in the hard case. It's a cleaning kit, which is pretty nice. So comes with its own cleaning kit in case you don't happen to have one laying around, though I'm sure most of us do. It's also worth mentioning this is a 1 in 11 twist on these barrels as opposed to a 1 in 12, which hopefully works out well with a wider range of bullets. So next up, we go to the range, see how this thing performs. By all accounts, it's a real shooter, but we're going to find out. Okay, stay tuned.